My first girlfriend, in year 11, I had my first girlfriend. Hey, I was a little slow off the mark, okay? Her name was Frances. She didn't think that was a joke, right? She kept trying to lure me into dark places. Just out the back of her house, there was a little creek. And she had a rowboat, as you do. And I'd be there at her place late at night and she'd say, Tim, why don't we go for a boat ride? And I would say, it's kind of dark out there. And she'd say, yes. That's the whole idea. I'd be over at her place just chatting, with her and talking, and one by one, every now and again, she'd just turn another light out. And it was just getting a little bit dimmer, a little bit darker. She was trying to lure me into dark places. Because when you're in the dark, no one can see what you're doing and nobody knows what you're like. And if you're doing something and you don't want anyone else to find out about it, you stay in the dark. Because if you're prepared to discover the truth, you actually come into the light. Now, sometimes people are just kept in the dark. There's things that you don't know when you take an action. You may have noticed some of our Year 12s doing very bizarre things this camp. Because they had a photo chase to do. They had to go and take photos of certain activities, and some very perverted person decided that one of those photos should be somebody licking my head. The first two were just staged, but after that, I was just sitting down and two separate students came up and licked me on the head. Before they did, I said, you really shouldn't do that. And they said, no, I'm going to do it. I said, there's something you should know before you do that. But they didn't want to listen. And instead of licking me on the forehead, which I thought would have been reasonably safe, one young lady and one young man separately licked me on the back of where my hair is here. They were in the dark. Here's what they didn't know. I have a disease called psoriasis. It's like eczema. I produce lots of extra scaly skin. Look, there's a little bit there. My scalp is covered in it. To that young lady and that young man who separately licked my head, can I just say, check your tongue. But does it make sense? When you're in the dark, you don't know what you're doing. It's only when you come into the light, then you know what's going on.